This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, welcome to the next session on ODATA. In the last class, we have discussed about deep insert. So what exactly the deep insert and all? Maybe this is not the slide, guys. Sorry. And so we discussed about the deep insert, which is a very important, guys. Definitely, when you go to the ODATA, they ask for this. So normally, if you want to create the data or post the data, we use the create entity method, right? So entity set and create entity is the method. So let's take an example. And in the last class, we have seen just a single hotels we have updated by using one method. So by using post operation or create operation. Okay, we used the entity which is in a create entity method. Create entity means suppose if your entity set is header underscore create underscore entity. That is the method which we are going to use. Normally I go to here and maybe so all the crude methods will be implemented in the DPC extension class. And here you can see the DPC extension class, and here there are a lot of methods. Maybe I will filter out, and here you can see, guys. So guys, so whenever there is in a class which is in a blue color, the methods are not yet redefined. So when the method is redefined, guys, so the color comes to the black actually. Difference which you need to observe. So that means these methods are abstracted from some parent classes. So let's take this is the parent class. So those methods are abstracted from the parent class. That's an object oriented concept. And and let's check here. So we have different methods, guys. So in this we have header entity set and item entity set. Suppose if you want to update only the header, we use header set create entity. If you want to update only the items, we use item set create entity. But sales order is not a only header or item. It's in a combination of header and item. That means I need to update the both the things, header and item. So if the two business entities, what is the concept which you will use, guys, normally? If you want to read it, what is the concept? How do you provide a relationship between the two entities? How can you provide a relationship between the two entities? How do you maintain a relationship between two entities? How do you maintain the relationship between two entities? Mamata is absent.
Association.
Huh? Yes.
Navigation.
Okay.
Association.
Yeah, both are correct. So association, whenever you create an association, it creates a navigation property.
Navigation.
So that's the concept, right? But whenever if you want to update also, we use a navigation property. But in the if you want to update with the two business entities, it's not read, guys, it's an update. We use in a deep insert, guys. That's a concept. If you want to update multiple business entities in a single call, example, if you want to update a sales header and also the items in the web app, all partner data, more relationship VBPA in a single call, we create an entity. It's not possible with the only create entity. It's not possible. So we have to use a deep insert, guys. So by using a method, so whenever we use a deep insert, the method which we will use, what is the method, guys? Tell create entity. It's a create deep entity is the method, guys. That's the difference. Before it's a create entity set create entity, but here it's not in a single entity set, it's in a multiple entity sets. That's why we don't use an entity set here. So there is a special method called we use in a create deep entity method. So what are the steps whenever we use in a deep insert? So that steps are, so first you need to extend the MPC extension class with a deep entity structure. So MPC extension class, so what we did in the yesterday's is, so go back and so MPC extension class and click on the MPC extension class and go to the types. In the types, see, this is the TS deep structure. This we have extended. So when you click on this, so here you can see, so types you know how to define. So types begin of TS deep structure. So the header fields we have maintained. And also the item fields, how do you provide a relationship? So this is the relationship we have used in a navigation property. So we have created a navigation property with the nav header to the item and a type standard table of the items. Okay, the item we have given a reference and you should provide with the default key, guys. If you don't provide this, it gives an error, guys. So first thing is, so maybe I can provide the steps so for your reference in the ppt, and maybe I go to what is the deep insert. Yeah, I have created in a in the MPC extension, you need to create in a deep entity structure where you need to create add deep entity structure in MPC extension class. Okay, this is the first step. Okay, the second step, next slide is, so step 2 is bind the structure in MPC extension in method define is the method. In the define method, you need to bind it, guys. So come back and go to the methods, and you can see there is a define method. Double click on the define method. See, this is the code which you need to write it. Simple, one sentence. Okay. So this is the method. So super parent class, you need to call the define. Then use the model as an object, instantiate, get the entity type. So our entity type is in a header, and header entity, we are attaching the items, the navigation property to the header, that is in a binding. And here what is the deep structure which you have created, the deep structure. And also this should be total should be in the caps letter, and add the deep structure to the your header entity, guys. So this is the second step which we need to do it. Yeah, sorry guys, am I audible now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So the second step is you need to bind the structure. Okay, this is a very important. And the third step is you need to implement the method. Okay, the third step is implement method. So here it's in a combination of different business entities, different method, different entities. So normally if it is in a one entity set, we go with the entity set create entity set, but this is in a combination of multiple entity set. So that's why we use this is in a deep, we use a create deep entity method. We will implement the create deep entity method, guys. So that's what we did in the yesterday's class. So go back to the method means where we will implement this method, guys. Where we will implement, the methods, where in which class we will implement the methods, in which
DB6.
class we will DPC extension class. Okay, So always the methods will be implemented in the DPC. The declarations, before we did this is a data declarations, guys. So this is a data declaration. The data declarations will be done in the MPC. The methods will be implemented in the DPC, guys. So this is also a question, guys. So what you will do in the MPC, what you will do in the DPC. So that's why um, I'm explaining that. So now, so maybe we'll go to the DPC extension class, DPC extension class, and DPC extension class, and go here, and you can see. So already which is implemented. See, create deep entity. Don't think that. So there are two things, guys. So interviewer can ask smartly, how do you post the data? Okay, whenever they ask how do you post, you always tell. So entity set create entity. Suppose I have a multiple things, or I need some uh, a deep associations. How do you post the data? Then that time you need to tell create a deep entity, guys. So if it is in multiple combinations, we use create deep entity. If it is in a single entity set, we use a create entity, guys. Maybe my difference, I may ask, what is the difference between create entity and create deep entity? This is my one more kind of way of asking the question. So that time you need to tell, if it is in a single entity set, if you want to post the data, we use create entity. Suppose there are multiple entity sets, there is a relationship between those entity set. If you want to update the data, then we use a create a deep entity set, create a deep entity, guys. Maybe they may ask, so what is the steps which we need to do whenever we do a create deep entity? These three steps which we need to do it, guys. So maybe I go to the create deep entity and already implemented. So I put just I have added some code, sci uname equal to st 14 and end if. And yesterday we got the error, guys. Simple. So I did a small mistake. Instead of, see, kwmeng, right? So k is caps in the here I put a small. That's what the mistake. Let's take, I change it to the k as a small, and trigger, it gives me the error. See, so bad request, and you can see property kwme is invalid. That's the error which we have received in the yesterday's class. So the observation is always, guys, in the JSON follows an upper camel case, that is the font. So you must always, the first letter should be in a caps. It's in a ODATA field name which we need to provide it. Now you can see send, and see, guys, now your create deep entity method, see here you can see, right, create deep. So it triggers a create deep entity. So did you observe, guys? So what is the method which is triggered? So this data is in a single entity, guys? No, it's in a combination of, which is in a header, and header we used in a navigation property. So this is an item data. So we posted the data from the two entity sets in a single call. So whenever you post a two entity set, not two, multiple entity set data with navigation with the two entity sets, then it triggers a create deep entity method. So now it comes to the create deep entity method. But my question is, how we can read the posted data from the postman? How we can read it? Can anybody remember how did we read the data? Can anybody remember how we read the data which is posted? Which is posted? Can anybody remember? So am I audible?
Object I
Huh? So maybe, so always, guys, whenever you are inside a method, what are all the things you need to check whenever it is in a debugging?
local
Whenever, yeah, locals means that's an importing and exporting parameters of a method, guys. So locals, the importing and exporting parameters in function module or in the method. If you go to the locals, you will see the what are the values which are incoming and what are the values which are going outgoing, guys. This is very, very important if you want to write in a code. So always, guys, so you need to check locals, and what are the values which are coming in. So you can see this is the object. The data provider is the object. So we have to read the data using the object IO underscore data provider and the method read entry data, guys. Already I have explained this and maybe you forgot. So, and implement this class and call object IO underscore data. This is very, very important. If I am the interviewer, I don't ask the theory. I will ask this kind of things. What is the object you have used to read the data whenever it is in a create dependency? And what is the method and which you have used, which you have called to read the data? So the method is in a read underscore entry underscore data. This is the method we use, okay, to read the posted data from, I can say it's in a UI, guys, because we are doing in a unit testing from Postman, but the data comes from the UI, guys. So the UI, they post the data, and so this is the method which will be triggered. In this method, we are going to call IO underscore data provider. This is an object. See the naming convention, importing object, and object means it is in a combination of attributes and methods. This method will have the data, guys. So maybe we'll implement that. See, did not return any business data. So now I am going to implement the DPC extension, and guys, you can check filter. It will give what are the methods which are already redefined. So create dependency. So here I am going to implement, instead of this, just I used this code for my debugger, and maybe I can call, what is that, IO underscore data underscore provider. No need to write in a call method, guys. It's not required actually. Okay, automatically it system handles that syntax. Directly you can use the object and control space. It gives, see guys, what is the method? Read entry data, and do the control space and enter. See guys, so it is going to give me any data by using importing parameter. So here importing means, for this method, what is that parameter, guys? Here we are importing in terms of, if you look at method point of view, what is this parameter? Huh? Hello? Object
Exporting.
orientation. Exporting, that's it. So this is the exporting. Maybe I can say it's my input data, ls underscore input data. So this is my input data, but I need to define this input. I need to declare this input. How can I declare this input, guys? Can anybody tell? Now I need a header and item. So with which type I need to declare this? I need a header and item. Why? Because I am posting header and item, right? So what is the reference for this? Can anybody tell? What is the reference for this? Can anybody tell? So which is a
Navigation bar.
combination or navigation, or what is the something we have defined just now? What is that? Something we have defined just now. What is that? Which is in a header and item. What is that? Which is in a header and item. What is this? So you
Structure.
can see
Structure.
the deep structure, guys. This is the reference. Why? Because it contains both, right? So it contains the header, it contains the item. So that is a reference. So this is an ls underscore input. Now you can see the data will be stored in the ls underscore input. Save. Maybe I will trigger once again, guys. Okay, and ref check. And what is the error? So can anybody tell me what is the error? Can anybody tell me what is the error?
Try and try.
Ended.
Perfect answer, Irfan. It's a try and try. And can you guess what is the, if I do one more time, what is the error we may get it? Can you,
We have
can
two
you,
catches. Yeah,
yeah,
we should have
so
only one.
duplicate catch. So duplicate catch, to the syntax check, you will get another error also. So was already caught in that try. So you need to disable this. And now you can do the syntax check and no syntax errors found and activate your method, guys. So after you activate, and maybe I'm going to keep one more time the external breakpoint. So I put an external breakpoint, then I trigger again, send. See guys, now that breakpoint is triggered. Now you can see F5 and see ls underscore input, which is in a, see guys, it's in a deep structure. Did you see? System automatically tells it's in a deep structure. ls underscore input. See guys, VBELN, AUART, VKORG, VTWG, SPART, Kunar. This is a header and navigation header to item. This is an item. See, this is the item, guys. So maybe when I do an F6, this method will get the data into this structure. See, now go and see, and you can see the data, guys. You can see the data. See the order type, the sales organization, distribution channel, division, and customer. In the items, you can see the item data with a postnar and the material number. See, the data is mapped to the here, guys. So maybe you can see over here, guys. Whenever if you want to see this, you can put like this. I would like to see any TWR field. Enter. See any TWR. Suppose I would like to see KWMENG debugging techniques, and you can see the KWMENG. I would like to see MEINS mains and enter. You can see each is the mains. Okay, like this. We can check the data. See the item is comes into here. But now guys, I have the data here, ls underscore input. Now what I need to do, tell me guys. So can anybody tell what I have to do with this data? Can anybody tell what I need to do this data? Can anybody tell what I need to do with this data? Hello, can anybody tell what I have to do with this data? What we are doing is, what is the purpose of this method? What is the purpose of this method?
Post.
Post means what in DML?
Create.
Create means how can you update the data into database? How many ways? How many ways you can update the data into database? How many ways you can update the data into database? Mamata is logged off. How many ways we can update the data into database? The 3 Sai batch is not joined today. Naveen just arrived.
BDC, BAPI.
Huh? Simple. I don't want the answer how to update it, but I need what is the method which we need to use. So how many ways we can update the data? One is DML operation, right? Insert, update, modify, delete. Okay, that is one kind of stuff. The second stuff is maybe
BDC.
this is a sales order. We can do in a BDC, right? So I have the data in an internal table or somewhere. I can use the BDC. What Monica and Srimuka and others. See, we can update the data using by BDC, right? And guys, SAP has given some function modules. And if you want to create a sales order, simple, call the function module. Okay, let's go to the function module. So SAP has given predefined function modules. So I will go to the predefined function module. See guys, a lot of concepts are combining together. So go to the, and one more guy also, this guy, Guru follow up. Guru, are you there? He also didn't join, yeah. So go to the SE37. What happened guys? SE37. So there is a function module BAPI underscore sales star create star. So this is the function model guys. So if you want to create a sales order, so take this function model, simple. Now here our business is, what is our business? Okay, now we have the data. After calling this method, we have the data in ls underscore input, right? So read the data from deep structure and call function module. So this is the function module, guys. Okay, to create a sales order. Okay, don't use BDC here. Okay, why? Because it's a complicated transaction. We should not use a BDC. Instead of that, you can use this function model, and maybe Monica batch I will explain what exactly it in the next concepts. And you have to think this is a one function model, and you need to call this function module to create a sales order, guys. That's it. Okay, simple. So what exactly this function module? Okay, so maybe you are aware of the function modules, right? Function modules will have an importing parameters. That means we can input the data, and function modules will be having exporting parameters. It will give the result, and also tables parameters, guys. Okay, so with the tables parameters, you can import the data, you can output the data. So maybe I will explore this function module first, because very important, guys. You need to remember this function module. You need to remember this function module. Display and go to the importing. See sales document. So if you have in a sales document, you need to pass the sales document, but we didn't pass in a sales document. Why? Because system automatically creates in a sales document, guys. It's an external number range. And second parameter, see, is it optional or mandatory, guys? So you are very aware of the function modules. So look at the function module interfacing. It's an optional or mandatory. This importing parameter is optional or mandatory. This parameter is optional or mandatory. No answers. This you have the screen in front of you. Is it optional or mandatory? Is it
Optional.
optional or mandatory? So I will choose. I will see that chat
Optional,
box.
sir.
Optional. Yeah, Srinivas Astos. Yeah. So optional means you can pass it if it is required. No need to pass it. That's not a problem, right? But the second parameter is which is optional or mandatory, which is optional or mandatory, which is
Mandatory.
optional or mandatory. That means you must pass the values to this structure, right? So maybe what is the reference for this? So this is the reference, guys. This is the reference. Double click on this. See, this is a structure. See, guys, in the function module, okay, in the function module, if it is referenced with the structure, this parameter becomes what? This parameter becomes what? If it is referenced with the structure, this parameter sales order header in becomes what? The sales order header in becomes what? The sales order header becomes what? So no,
Object.
it's not an object, data object, but what kind of data object it is? Srinivas, what
Work area.
kind of, if it is referenced with the structure, what kind of data object it is? Okay,
Work area.
7 days you are forgot difference between variable and work area and internal table. Okay, so whenever you define with the structure, it so please utilize this corona time to the subject, guys. Okay, it's not object, it's in a work area. It's not internal table. Okay, it's in a reference with the structure which becomes in a work area, guys. We are going back to the fundamentals, the difference between the variable work area and internal table. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so here if you look at the structure, see, you can see document type. Here I have a field called document type. That is what is the field, guys? Document type AUART. So I need to map the AUART value to the document type. Okay, next field is you need to follow this to the sales organization and distribution channel and division, and see, guys, whatever the fields required that I have mentioned over in the payload or in the post. And also we need to have a customer number. Maybe I have a customer number somewhere, so you can see the customer number in this structure. Somewhere you can see the customer number, you can see somewhere you can see the customer number. So somewhere I can see the customer number. Where is that here? Mm, okay, maybe do the cust. If it is not there, maybe I can see in the uh, partners. Okay, we have the partners, guys. Okay, maybe the customer is not available here. So that's why we have another concept called, okay, we need to fill this parameter. This is a mandatory parameter, guys. And also the header INX, that means you need to tell to the system which field you are going to update it. Okay, let's take document type you are passing, that you need to pass an X, and sales organization you are passing, you need to provide in a field as an X. Distribution channel you are passing, you need to pass the value X. Division you are passing, you need to send in a value as an X. So this kind of things we need to pass in the header INX, guys. And go to the exporting. So when I pass those values, so it will give the output as a sales order number. So what is the sales order number which is going to be created? And tables, guys, in the table, see, so here we have a return parameter, guys. It will give the results. Like in BDC, we handle the errors, right? Where do we handle the errors in BDC, guys? Can anybody give me the answer? Where did we handle the errors in BDC? Where did we handle the errors in BDC? Every batch,
SM35 BDC
Message
message.
huh?
BDC message call SM35 repost.
Okay, if it is a session method, okay, SAP handles automatically. But if it is in a
Yeah.
call transaction method, yeah,
Message
BDC
call.
MSG call. Okay, BDC MSG call. Right here also in this function model, if you want to handle the errors, so the errors will be comes into the return parameter. BAPI ret2 is the this. What is this? What kind of data object it is? When it is in a tables function models, what kind of data object it is? Guys, by default it becomes an internal table, guys. Whenever it is in a table parameter, it's an internal table, that's it. No work area, nothing. Okay, so this is an internal table. And also there is an item in. What exactly the items in? So click on this structure. See, I can fill the item number, I can fill the material, I can fill the plant, I can fill the target quantity. What is the quantity? And what is the unit of measure of the quantity? And also what is the price? Price will be target value. I think that is an price will be there in the target value. Where is the target value? Maybe I can find out. So I know that field. So I think TARGET, target. So target quantity, and next one is the target quantity, target, target. See, guys, target value is an NETWR, guys. What is the price of that product? That's the target value which we need to provide it, guys. So I, with this BAPI, I can pass the header values here and tables. I can pass the item values, and whatever the field you are passing, you need to provide an X for the item values. And see, guys, there is one more thing, partners. See, sales partners. The sales partners is nothing but, so I am sending as a customer. So the customer is a sold to party, and also he is going to receive the product. That means he becomes a ship to party, and he is going to pay the money. He becomes a payer or bill to party, guys. That partners we need to fill in the sales partner. That's it. Call this function model and commit work. It is going to create a sales order, guys. So here we are using, guys, the concept we call it's a BAPI is a concept. So that will come in the interfacing concept, but treat this now as a function model. Simple. How I call in a function model. So the same way I can call this BAPI as well, guys. So that's the next course. So after this, try and call function module. What is the function model? BAPI underscore sales. What is the sales? So this is the function model. Sales stock. So this is a question. Maybe sometimes, okay, what kind of BAPIs you have used? You can tell this. I have used the sales to create a sales order. I have used the BAPI or function model. BAPI sales document create from data, guys. Okay, why I have taken this to concept is already you know the function model, right? That's why it's not a dependency with the BAPI. Okay, BAPI is a function model, and you know the function model, so you can call it and call this BAPI to update the data to create a sales orders, guys. So that's the thing. So this is the way we are going to update the data into database. So here I need to write the code, and so maybe we'll take 5 minutes break. After that, we use this BAPI and we'll update the data into database. Then we will send response back to the UI. What sales order which is created? Let's take an example. In Amazon, you will order. So whenever we order, it will call this word data service. Let's assume they have SAP, and it maps the price, it maps the product, it maps the quantity, everything. It triggers to the SAP creates in a sales order the number, whatever the number, the order, the number successfully created, the order number we need to send back to the UI. So how we will create that order, that we are going to see in this coding, guys. So that's it. And after 5 minutes I'm going to take break for 5 minutes. After that, we'll call the BAPI. So meantime, so uh, can anybody uh, give me the feedback? So are you comfortable with the online training or not? Why? Because I didn't get some sounds from the Monica and Amata and all. So what is the silence behind that? So are you following the screen or not? So you need to give the feedback. Please post in the chat box, maybe I can look it out. Okay, so please post in the chat box, are you following the online class or not? Why? Because if I explain my side, my flow will be mine, your flow will be yours. So that's why I'm asking some question in between. And maybe if you are following, maybe we are not sure how much time it takes the lockdown. Maybe I hope based on the stats, maybe it may go extend until April 31st. That is what the communication which I have got from my office. So if you are able to follow, yeah, some of the people following, the other people, are you following or not? Or else I need to slow down little in the online. So I need a proper feedback. Okay, don't hesitate. Okay, you need to tell transparently the feedback, guys. Okay, keep it in the chat box transparently, or else you can put in a privately also complex, or hey, what is there? Are you complex? Is it complex? Okay, next one. Okay, so I'm taking 5 minutes break. You can put it in the chat box, your feedbacks. Okay, so transparent, I don't comment anything, just give me the transparent feedback. Okay, thank you. And the session will be there. Okay, I'm not closing this meeting, just I'm stopping the recording. I will come back.
This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, am I audible? Okay, so uh, I got some feedback. That's okay, but you tell me what is the solution. Everybody is locked down, so I cannot stop the class until 31st of April. It's not possible. So you have to, already you habituated with my classes and all, because if it is in a new, let's take an example, the recently the one batch is joined, right? For them it's very difficult. So we already completed 4 months. By this time you should be habituated with my way of teaching and all. So that's not a problem. So here, so I'm going to continue. This is the function model. Okay, we need to call this function model. So you know how to call the function model. Can anybody tell how to call the function module? 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 Yeah. So yeah, I'm getting answers. So that's it. That kind of practice we do. And so we need to call the pattern and call function and function module. That's it, guys. And so I entered the function module and press OK, and you can see, so whenever you call the function module, the importing becomes exporting, the exporting becomes importing. So the importing becomes exporting, the exporting becomes importing. Here I need to pass the values to the header. So if I want to pass the values to the header, so let me declare, this is, I already talked about this. This is a structure ls underscore header. So this is the,
Not audible, sir.
hello. Wait, wait.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, audible.
Yeah. So see ls underscore header. When I do the syntax check, it gives me, okay. So ls under header is unknown. What I need to do? What I have to do? Hello.
Yes.
What is yes? What I need to do? Tell me answer. Yeah, you have to declare. So the fundamentals is data ls underscore header, which is in a type. Okay, what is the reference which I need to give? What is the reference which I have to give? What is the reference which I need to give? So what is the reference which I need to give?
Structure.
Sandeep and Sampath, can you mute, please? Yeah, Sandeep, can you mute? Yeah. So what is the reference which I need to give? What is the reference which I have to give? What is the reference which I have to give when it is in a function module? What is the reference which I need to give here? Fundamentals again, come back. So this is the parameter sales header in, sales header in. This is referenced with this structure. The same structure I need to take for the reference. The same structure I need to take for the reference. See, have declared now. Do the syntax check. See, there is no errors found. Now, okay, I defined in a work area or structure. Now I need to pass the value, guys. So now I am going to pass the value ls underscore header and hyphen. So document type. So this is the field. Document type is here. What is the field, guys? I have the data. Where I have the data, guys, now? Where is the data now? Where is the data now until we have seen ls underscore input, ls underscore input and hyphen. You can see, do the control space. AUART is the document type. So I map to the value document type and ls underscore. So what is the mandatory things for the sales? If you want to create sales order, order type and everybody. is sales organization. Whenever you create a sales order, what is the thing, guys? ls underscore input and vko
Yeah.
rg.
Division.
Yeah. So here the field is different. BAPI will have different kind of naming conventions. Distribution channel, DI, I think DIC distribution channel. Here it's in a distribution channel. And next one is division. Okay. Here div division. Here this side it's in a we declared
Sphere.
the
Sphere.
SPR. Yeah. And this side, okay, division, distribution channel, document. This is enough, guys. In header side, this is enough. We'll see if any errors. Okay, we filled the header. Okay, then I need to fill in a items as well, guys. Maybe this can be in a sales order. Okay, this is the output here. Okay, it's importing means function module site is an exporting becomes it's an a order. Maybe I can say order is lv underscore order. So maybe I can declare the lv underscore order. So declare the lv step by step we are doing, guys. Okay, lv underscore order type. So go to the function module exporting parameter. So this is the type of this and you can declare the type of this. And next also I need to pass the items and returns. See, enable the tables parameter items. I have enabled the items and also I need to enable the schedule lines, guys. This is also one more important. And also I need to have partners. These three things we need to enable it, guys. Okay, this is the mandatory things. That's why I am going to enable those mandatory parameters. So you need to declare when since it is in a tables, this is an internal table, 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 guys. So how can you define the internal tables? Now let's go to the lt underscore item. Okay, type table of and go to the tables and give the items. Sorry, what is the first I have taken? Item. Take the item one and keep the item one here. Item one. And next lt underscore return, which is an a type table of. I know I remember this BAPI RET2. BAPI RET2, guys. So you can see BAPI RET2. It's not khaki ret, it's a BAPI ret. And go to the sales partners and lt underscore partners and type table of partners. So go to the partners and take the partner. And next one is lt underscore schedules and type table of schedules. That's it. I have defined the required parameters, internal tables, and I am going to fill one by one. Even I need to have a work areas as well, guys, but I don't declare the work areas. So can anybody tell me the new syntax, how to fill the values? New syntax to fill the values into internal table. Can anybody tell, guys? What is the new syntax to fill the values to the internal table? You have the answer
Corresponding
here.
aspect.
It's not corresponding. New
Value.
syntax. Perfect. The value operator we are going to use it, guys. See. So lt underscore item which is equal to value and put an a hash. And so first open the bracket. Inside the bracket, suppose if it is in a one record, one more bracket. That means here I am going to pass in a structured values. So each bracket, each parenthesis is one record, guys. Okay. Inside this, See, now I am going to take the fields from the item. Okay, go to the items. So item number is the first field. Item number equal to the first field. But I have the item details. Where is the item details, guys? Where is the item details? Can anybody tell where was the item details? See here, header details. See ls underscore input and deep structure. Click on the deep structure and s and deep structure and go here. So until here it's a structure, but the item details will be available in the nav header to item, guys. Item details will be available in the nav header to item. See guys, so we are learning the new syntax as well. So do you want new syntax or old syntax? Can anybody tell? What is your expectation? I can do that. So do you need new syntax or old syntax? Do you need new syntax or old syntax? Okay, maybe first I will go with the old syntax only. Okay, so first time I am using the BAPI, other people may get problems. So maybe, so guys, the item details will be available here. Okay, let's take an example. I am going to use inline declarations, LT underscore some input underscore item. So this is my internal table and which is equal to ls underscore input. In the ls underscore input, where do you have the items? Can anybody tell what is the field which is having items? What is the field which is having the items?
Navigation header to item.
Navigation.
Perfect. Yes, that's it. So I am dumping the items into the new internal table. I have used an inline declaration here. So the total items will be stored in the LT input item. So if it is an internal table, how you can process the data from internal table? So loop at LT underscore input. Guys, the dose I have increased total real time I am introducing here into data and ls underscore input underscore item. Okay, I am using the inline declarations. You are familiar with inline, that's okay. So looping the data from internal table and keep the data in the work area and record by record, move the record to the here. This is the item. This is the function module internal table. You need to map these two here, guys. Now I have the data in the ls underscore input item and maybe now I need work areas, guys. Maybe what I will do is, since I am not using the new syntax, even I need to have a work areas now. So work area means it's an ls underscore item and ls underscore return and ls underscore uh, ls underscore partners and ls underscore schedule line items. And when it is an ls, what is the keyword which I need to use? If it
Type.
is an
Type.
Not
type,
table.
not table. Yeah, I'm going to remove the tables. I'm going to remove the type table off. I'm going to remove the type table off. I'm going to remove the type table off. Okay, now it becomes a work area. And first move the data to the work area, guys. Okay, ls underscore item, ls underscore item, and first item, there is an item number, guys. So item number, okay, which is equal to the ls underscore input underscore item. And here what is the item, guys? Control space. Where is the item here? Maybe po. What is the item here? So the POSNR is the item, right? And maybe after the item in the VBAP, what are the fields we have? In the VBAP, what are the fields we have? This is, I'm filling VBAP details, guys. Material, right? So I need to fill the material. So here also I'm going to fill the material. It's a technical field, MATNR, right? So maybe see the details, guys. Maybe I will kill that. Okay, where is the debugger? Can we cancel this? See, I fill the item. Next, I fill the material. And I'm going to fill the quantity. Quantity is target quantity. Here also put then a quantity. You can take whatever it is. What is that? Yes, MENG. SMENG. But quantity always, whenever you fill the quantity, you need to fill the target quantity. Maybe guys, quantity thing, I'm putting in a comment. That's not a problem. And next one is the price. Maybe I can price also, it is calculating automatically, guys. No need to fill the price as well. Actually, in this case, it will fill the price, only quantity I'm going to send it, guys. And maybe what I need to do, append. Now I have the data in ls underscore item to the lt underscore item. So that's it. So this is my lt underscore item, which is having the items. So take this lt underscore item and keep this in the lt underscore item and return. So don't need to send any, the function module will return the value and lt underscore return. So when it is an error, it gives the error. When it is a success, it gives the success. Everything is stored in the lt underscore return. And partners, guys, very, very important. This is, I need to fill the partners. So how can you fill the partners? So ls underscore partners. And so in the partners, you have a sold to party, ship to party and all. So the field is partner function, guys. So partner number, sold to party. Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So here I need to fill in a sold to party. So do you know what is the value I need to fill for the sold to party? Maybe guys, you are aware, not aware of, some people aware, but other people doesn't aware. So what is the database table for the partners, guys, in sales? Do you remember in my sales and distribution flow, there is a database table I have given for the sales partners. What is the database table for the,
BBPA.
yeah, VBPA. So go to here. See, there is a field called PARVW, partner function. Okay, so this is a partner function. Double click on the field and double click here. See guys, there is a conversion routine. Where is the conversion routine will be available? Where is that?
Domain.
Domain. So double click on the conversion routine and you need to use this function module, guys. So take this function module and execute. So actually guys, sold to party normally externally the value is SP. What is the internal value for the SP? See, AG is the internal value, guys. So I need to fill the, so sold to party, the role is the AG, guys. This is the way which we have to take the values. Okay. So in the partners, control C and control V. So the partner number, what is the partner number which we need to pass it? Partner number which is equal to the C. So the customer is the partner number, guys. Where is the customer? Where it is available? The customer number, where it is available? The customer number, where it is available? Is it in the
Kunar.
item? Kunar. Kunar means it's an header level. So you need to take the data from. Okay, guys. So hello.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So here you need to take ls underscore input and here you have a Kunar. Okay, Kunar is the partner. Okay, I fill the sold to party. So external value is SP, internal value is AG. Okay, so then you need to append this value, append ls underscore partner to the lt underscore partner, lt underscore partners. Okay, so same way, the one more mandatory thing which you need to fill it is, the second thing is, so I need a ship to party. So maybe I go back here, function module. Ship to party is an sh, which is an external value, and execute it. The internal value is w. So maybe the ship to party, it's an a sold to party. Now I am going to take a ship to party. So which is an a sh, sh is a ship to party, but the internal value is an a w, double e. So now you can see the partners are filled, sold to party, ship to party, very, very important this is. And so the partners, see the partner values are available in the LT underscore partners, sorry, LT underscore partners, LT underscore partners, LT underscore partners, and also schedule lines, same way we are going to fill the schedule lines. So schedule lines are at the item level. So I will fill the schedule lines in the item. So here I am going to fill schedule lines ls underscore s scd, do the control space, and so here I need to fill the item number. And what is the item number? Same item number I am going to take it. This is my item number. Control C and Control V, and uh, and schedule lines. Schedule lines means delivery, when we can deliver this product, guys. That's a schedule lines. Okay, maybe delivery date, date type. One more field I need to fill, guys. I think quantity I need to fill, maybe GI date, item number, load date, load time, and I think required quantity. Yeah, this is the field. What is the delivery and what is the quantity which you need to fill it? The quantity is here. So you can take the quantity, Control C and Control V. So that's it, and append the ls underscore scd to the lt underscore scd. Okay, so you need to fill this lt underscore scd in the schedule lines. So little big concept, guys. This is post operation lt underscore scd and pretty printer and do the syntax check and do the syntax check. No syntax errors found. So here, so now in the BDC, how do you handle the errors in BDC MSG call? Here we also handle the errors by using LT return, guys. So in the LT return, how do you handle errors in the BAPI? So we need to read table LT underscore return and into ls underscore return. So with the key, there is a field, guys. So in the return, so if you go and see, BAPI ret2 is the structure return. BAPI ret2, double click on this. Here you can see there is a type. This type field contains whether it is in a success, whether it is in a error, whether it is in a warning, whether it is in a info, whether it is in a abort. So if I get E, if I read in a single record with error with the key type, which is equal to error, that means definitely this is an error record. If psi sub rc equal to psi sub rc equal to psi hyphen sub rc, which is equal to 0, and here do some coda to handle errors. Okay, else, and I read with the success. This is the way I handle the errors in the BAPI. Okay, if you see any success and do some coda to handle success. That means I need to send the successful record to the UI and end if guys. So this is the code which we need to implement. So tomorrow I am going to implement this code, and when it is an error, so pretty printer, you can see signature. So when there is an error guys, there are some exceptions. We handle the exceptions for the errors. How you can handle these exceptions in OData service. So that's a tomorrow's concept. When it is an error, we need to raise an exception. Whether it is a technical exception or business exception. When it is a success, I need to send the data back to the UI. And what is the successful record? So how do you handle the errors? How do you handle the success in OData service? We are going to see in the tomorrow's class. So it's a big concept, and I have the meeting at 12:30. Thank you all. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. And so please implement the same kind of concept. Maybe I can post this code, okay, into the WhatsApp, and do and implement your side the same kind of code, and maybe we'll see the tomorrow the results, how we can update the data, how we can handle the errors and all. So that's it for the day. Do you have any questions? Tell me and ask me fast. Hello,
No, sir.
everybody? No?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So that's it for the day. And tomorrow we are going to see the results. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.